Hello and welcome to HubMath Coder. In this video we are going to learn some cool tips about this Android Studio. Okay, and if you are wondering like why my Android Studio looks different than me, then you are in the right place. I am going to just talk about that. You just need to go to this file and then settings. If you are in Mac, then you have to find the preferences, and then here you can see there is a appearances, and then you have to select the theme. If I select theme like IntelliJ and apply that, then you can see this is a white background theme, and you may apply high contrast as well, then it will look like this. And I just prefer this dark Kula theme, okay, which I find more appealing to my eyes. Okay, and then once you have done this, you should go with editor tab. Okay, in this editor tab you go to font settings and you can change your font size over here. Okay, I just prefer having 22, and you do it your own, whatever the font size you like. Okay, and you can customize a lot of things like line spacing and font style. Okay, and after doing these two things, something about behavior of this Android Studio I should tell you. Language and framework section, and there you can find this Flutter, and it is here because we have installed that Flutter plugin over here. Okay, so by going here you can find this option should be ticked up. Okay, because it will help you when we develop, when we save some code, it will automatically reload to our device. So we will see that, but it should be ticked in your Android Studio preference. Now the another thing I can say, the format code on save. Okay, so it should be ticked in your editor, okay, as well, because when we save, then the code will be formatted. What is formatting of a code, I will say you in a bit, but it should be ticked. So that is pretty much it about the actually how my Android Studio is set it up. And if you are be sync with me, then you should do these steps. Okay, when you see it first, it overwhelms us because a lot of small buttons and a lot of things are over here. Okay, so first thing first, here you can find the path of the current file I have opened. Okay, this main.dart is actually in Flutter app folder, and then the lib folder, then the main.dart folder, main.dart file. Okay, so this is the path here it is written, and if we go show in Explorer, then we can see that Flutter app, lib and main.dart. This is the path, Flutter app, lib and main.dart. So here it is written, and in this project pan you can see that there is the whole structure of the project is here, and you can select any files and edit it. Like I can select any file and edit it. Okay, just double click on that file. For now it has been opened. Okay, and it is your Android folder where automatically all the codes for Android will be generated, and it is your iOS folder where automatically all the codes for iOS will be generated. And actually we will be working with this lib folder 95% of our time, or more than that you can say. These Android and iOS codes will be automatically generated, so you don't need to worry about those things. And other files, whenever we will work with those files, we will show them. So just for the time being, we will, in the next video or next module, we will start working with this file. And you can always collapse this project pane by tapping here, or by tapping here you can open that, and you can resize it according to your convenience. So that's pretty much it. After that, let me show you one more thing, that here in the down there is something called as to do, there is something called as Dart analysis, there is something called as logcat, and there is something called as terminal. So we'll go through them one by one. Let me show you, this is the code. I will assume that you don't know anything about this code, but still, if we miss something in this code, like when we type the code, if we miss something, like I may forgot this comma, then this editor will say they're expected to find a comma before this. Okay, and if we just forgot comma and go other place and code there, then in the Dart analysis we can find that expected to find a comma, and here if you double click on that, it will move where the comma is expected. So you just put the comma. Okay, and now if I save, or if I reformat the code with the Dart FMT, then the code will be reformatted as it should look like. Okay, so once again, as we have ticked in preferences section or settings section that it should be reformatted when we save. So let me show you, just enter. Okay, and if the code is now not properly formatted, if I now press save, if I now save the code, then it will be automatically formatted. I just save the code using Ctrl S. Okay, and if you are using Mac, then it will be Command F. Well, and that in the terminal section you can just use as you use your computer's terminal over here. Like I can say cd ... and it will reverse me back one folder, and if I again press cd flutter app, then it will locate me to the flutter app folder. So just as you use this terminal on Windows or on your computer's terminal, you can use it here. So this is Dart analysis, this is terminal, and the to do part, here it is saying that 2 to do items found. So you can sometimes to do some items that I need to do these and that and these and that. Okay, so we will see that in coming lessons, so don't worry about that. And this is the device, and now this device is connected, I can obviously run this main.dart. Actually this main.dart is the entry point, and this should be located here. Okay, main.dart, and if here you place any other file, okay, then it will start running from that file. Actually in our case, this is the entry point of our app, so you can change the entry point over here. When it compiles, then it will change the entry point in that case. Just we don't need that. Now this is the run button. Here you can see that there is written run main.dart, so it will run the app on the device, and we have already seen that. And these options like this Flutter inspector, Flutter outline, these I will show in coming lessons whenever we will need these things. Okay, so when we will start coding here in the next lesson or next module, then we can see these things in with much clarity. Okay, thank you, and I will expect you in the coming lessons.